at the goal achieving webinar. It really is about look at your calendar. What are the goals you have this week? What are your goals each day? And it's your goals, it's your team goals. Have you invited every consultant to set some holiday income goals? Do they have a need for income? Do they have their website? Would they like to just share enough to, get all of their holiday shopping for free? So just call and invite them. Don't make it a big story. It's pretty simple math, right? Like, do you have a need to make some income with your holiday selling business? So can I help you? Here's what we've got in place to help you. So how many team parties, the key is that, again, just having more people and hostesses, etc., coming together. So I wanted to just give you a couple of updates. So look at your calendar, put in some power hours for phone calls, put in some dates, highlight all the dates you have open between now and October 31st to do your parties. And do you want to do it with your team? Do you want to do it with the hostess? Do you want to host your own? So be thinking about, really planning that calendar between now and the 31st. This is a big month for VIP. This is a big month for you to kick off and get caught up. If you're not right now, to be on track for San Fran. And you're going to see again, January or October and November are going to be the better months. In December, we talked about this way back when, the trend, and it's so true. We talked about this in our July training already, that you're not going to be able to have, Christmas orders close to the holiday like we used to. That's going to be different. So December is going to be more having inventory, and really ordering early. So you want to plan as much as you can in these next about 6 to 8 weeks, and work with those consultants willing to work. So when I hear parties, one of the things I loved, I heard some of you heard me say this in our coaching groups last week. Dana and Neil work with a company. One of the companies they coach and train to, like us, is they just had 87 hostesses at one Facebook event and had a $46,000 party in their district, someone in direct sales. So I want you to think multi-hostesses. If your consultants want to make money, I would do multi-hostess platforms, be it Facebook, be it WhatsApp parties, be it a text party. You can do 1-minute videos each day on a text party and focus on your 4 departments, right? With gift ideas and regimens for fall. So you can do a party on any platform. So be thinking about how do we do more team parties? We've been training on that since last spring on our regional meeting. It was fantastic what Pat and T talked about. And I know Carol's doing a lot more of those parties. So stick with it, right? The key is bringing people who bring people. That's that key. So keep inviting more and more, but it's far easier to have those hostesses bring you 30 people than it is for you to go find 30 people, right? So really think in big rocks. That's that key to time planning. So as you're in your chat today, I'm going to take you over because I'm going to pop your brain into some systems. Okay. How many of you feel you have a really good system for creating VIPs? Okay. How many of you feel you have a really good system for new consultant onboarding? Okay. How many of you have a system to always look for new leaders? Okay. Those are the top 3 that drive a leader's team as we trained. If I did a summary of Jaffrey University at every class, those are the keys to driving your business. That's what leaders do. Okay. So as you take this training today, I'm going to just take you through some thoughts and we'll come back and we'll share. Okay. And you can brainstorm. But I really wanted to come back to when you have a trip, it isn't just sponsoring, it's sponsoring and developing consultants to VIPs. So I'm going to give you some stats. Let me just share, because this is just, you have a new quarter. You have a quarterly bonus, which is 2 direct and 3 indirect every month. That's the business model for leaders. Okay. If that happens, you should be promoting a branch every 90 days. So that is the biggest rock we have. So it's going to be if you look at San Francisco is sponsoring direct and indirect consultants. Just one consultant earning the trip makes your indirects done. The key to a trip is sponsoring early right now. Every day that focus to get your 10, because or 5, and someone joined, they all join with a friend, because the truth is people are looking for the part-time substantial income right now. So the sooner you bring them in, you know that carries your sales. 10 people who are VIPs is an extra $4,000 retail a month right now, ladies. When all you do is stay committed to Welcome to Jafra and get them to VIP. That's where, if new consultants aren't going to VIP, there's a gap in an onboarding system. Does that make sense? So it's an expectation. You only get what you train, coach, and expect and say you're going to teach them to do. We are money managers. We teach people how to make money. More people need to make money than just save money today. But because the stores aren't offering deep discounts, they will love 50% off our sale rack. So it's absolutely an opportunity to talk to everyone. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? How many times a day are you asking that question? Okay, so again, set a goal yourself as well. Okay, so how many conversations am I having a day to invite people who might be looking for me? Okay, so just give yourself some daily thoughts and goals as we go through this. I want to just share, let me grab my screen here for you. Let me just take you to a couple of shares today. What we're going to be doing in our share really quick today is I just wanted to come back to, this is actually, believe it or not, a training program from about 5 years ago. How do you grow your leadership potential? The key is, of course, that to grow your leadership, let me move this out of the way, sorry. To grow that leadership potential, here's a couple of great things. Do you brag about your company and scream it from the rooftops? I'm going to go back to Natalie Goucher. She talks about the brand, so people know the kind of company you're in. So when I think of anyone who is successful, the way they're successful is teamwork. It's kind of like Betty saying, oh my gosh, it was so great that, you know, the consultants came in and were wrapped around me. Teamwork is what makes this business grow. So I just want you to have some thoughts. How can I do teamwork in a different way in the biggest opportunity in the world, October, November, December? Our company pride, September was the best month we've had since 2005. Shout it from the rooftops. Companies aren't all succeeding. We are now number 2 and in the follower growth rate in Instagram. That's huge. That's huge. That's all over when you take a look at Instagram. Facebook usage in our Jafra business alone is up 27%. We have had double-digit growth since the beginning of this year. That's successful when we're seeing a lot of businesses closing. Do you know we've given away 25 Mazdas? People have earned them, and 16 were this year alone. So being proud of a successful company, telling your consultants that too. We also have given away 6 or 7, I don't know how many, I had to go back and count, Mercedes-Benz. That means new ambassadors. So everything is about telling a great story. So do you pause and look at your team results and brag about your team? Going live on Facebook to celebrate growth. Knowing what you did in 2019 to this year, year to date or month to month. Having a great week. Telling them our team is growing. People love to be a part of something successful. And so creating team spirit. In the chat box, just chat some thoughts. How do you create team spirit? Do they know the name of their team? Do you have team t-shirts? I know Mentori Breaks is out there. They live in their t-shirts. They're awesome. How do you create team spirit? So they know the team name, they know the team success. Just like with the Amber region, we have goals. I love that Debbie was like, hey, I need to have my goals for the month. Great. The Amber region, great. You know what I'm excited about? We are up 100 leaders over the last year. We now have 323 leaders. Last year, we were about 220 a year ago. That's huge. We took a shift in what we focus on and train on. We doubled the district directors this year, and soon we will have ambassadors right there with Vicki. Yay, we can't wait for Vicki. So our opportunity in Jafra is get these stats, ladies. So think about it. You own your team. You are the team leader. We have very few leaders who sponsor 2 consultants a month. This business has to have 2 new consultants every month, or your team's always going to be at risk of going down. It's never selling more, it's having more people selling, just like hostesses. So here's our gap. We have, in general, 30% of the company, the target is 30% of our consultants are VIPs. That's normal. We in the English market are 16%. We're half. So I want you to really think about, what can I do every week to call those, to really kick off VIPs? Because VIPs are the key. That's all we train at Jafra University. Because again, that is sustainable business for you. That is consultants who love their deep discounts, who are at least sharing probably a couple of orders with a couple of people. So how do we rebrand the VIP in October? Because that necklace is the whole kickoff to 2021 jewelry. And if they don't start this month, which would then make them 50% during November and December shopping days for holiday. And we've got 50% this month, so everyone can start at 400. But the key is, that's our gap, that's our opportunity. But get this breaks my heart. 11% of our new consultants go to VIP, that's it. 89% are leaving the $332 of Welcome to Jafra gifts on the table. So think about, what can we do in a new structure? Our goal is to focus on keeping our consultants active. So the inactives, the pre-inactives, those who could be 400 this month, enjoy that 50% for the next 2 months, but get to VIP for 3 months in a row. This is a huge priority. And again, we were at 8,800 active consultants. We're now down to 7,900. That's placing 1 order every 4 months, which again means they're not using skincare if they're not ordering every 4 months. So a time to just say, gosh, let me help you update your shopping needs, Miss Consultant. Do you have all the skincare regimens you need for your family, or do you need help? Do you have all the colors you need, or do you need help? Take your consultants through some concierge shopping to update and really, again, get back to using the products at the best prices. So if you think about that, there's another opportunity to pay attention to in your reports. Sponsoring was the biggest ever in the month of July because we had the laptop. And we are finding that out of that 5,000 consultants, most of them only ordered that month. So we need to make sure they order this month, or your entire base is going to go inactive from a lot of new consultants in the month of July. So you want to make sure you reach to them and pay attention to that within your district and branch. We don't want them to go inactive because again, they stop getting catalogs. They're dropped if they don't order this month. They will no longer get catalogs in the mail by Jafra. And we know what happens when they hit month 4. They typically start to fade away. So helping them take advantage of the perks in a season of time where deep discounts aren't being offered by stores, where products aren't being delivered. They just announced in Tupperware that if clients don't order by October 20th, they will not get Christmas gifts in time. We just heard that Pampered Chef is at least 8 weeks out, and many of their top selling items aren't in until January. Amazon Prime right now is averaging 8 days for a 1-day paid to be an Amazon Prime member shipping. So again, we want to make sure that everyone turns their websites on. What if they had orders? People are going to be looking for us. We're on Facebook a lot. We're growing on Instagram. So we want to get a message to our consultants to really, truly turn those websites on. Update their email. Leaders, we're going to have to go into compliance in the very near future, in like November, December, that you don't want anybody else having your email. So if you have consultants that are using your email, make sure they get their own email, because we're not going to be able to do that. It's actually illegal. So Jafra's going to have to do, we have to do a big thing with FTC with this. So I just wanted to sort of really hone in and talk about that. So that, again, as you're reaching these consultants to get ready for Jafra shopping, for Jafra sharing. A couple other facts I just wanted to toss out there. I love to share with you. So you see, again, what works, what doesn't. This is a time to really ramp up communication, doing phone trees, doing texting to your branch, doing WhatsApp groups. Since you're calling and servicing them this month, to come back and shop with our 50% and to look at updating their regimens. 16% open email in the English market, that's it. 11% Hispanic. So just so you know, email isn't necessarily the best trigger for communication. I also wanted to give you an update on subscriptions. There's 313 subscriptions so far since we launched in August. 1/3 of those are Defy, and the second lead now with over 30 is ClearSmart. So just so you see the trends. So again, I also wanted to give you a product update. So when we look at our sales departments, 56% of our sales in the English market are skincare. Hispanic is 27%. 18% bath and body, Hispanic 17%, so they're right on. English is 14% fragrance, Hispanic 46%. And you can see color about 10 to 12%. So again, the demand of our marketplace, this tells you why doing launch parties for new consultants with the fragrance pack and the skin pack really are a great pairing for great income opportunities. So as we take a look, and again, toiletries has really grown. Holiday 2020 is expected to be the biggest e-commerce holiday in history. This all comes from the Direct Selling News report this morning. So are you telling everybody that? This is facts, this is history, this is the truth. Biggest e-commerce holiday in our history. We need more e-commerce stores. Are you asking everyone, do you have a plan B right now? It is my job to invite you to see all the money on the table this holiday season. These are great conversation openers for them or someone they know. I'm calling because I want to invite you to hear about our financial opportunities. We are the best part-time income opportunity available. It's my job to tell you about our substantial earning opportunity for you or someone you know. I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you about this business when it's going to be the biggest e-commerce holiday in history. So look at your book. How many show me the money quick sessions can you do? You have a recorded one. If you want the one we did with the consultants the first week of October, you can certainly use that. It's recorded. You've got the slides. But really, truly, this is what San Fran is about. This is your quarterly bonus. This is your opportunity to have the best commissions you've had in your history. And it begins by asking, just a little twist. what people might want to know. They don't need a car anymore. They don't need daycare anymore. They don't have minimum orders. There is no annual fee. There is no travel time if they choose to have this e-commerce business at home. And the best part with Jafra is there's no risk. There's just more income, more products, more savings for you and your family, and great giftables and a great gift shopping service business. So think about, how are you talking about all that is going on? So I'm going to come back. I'm going to go to the audience. So just listening to that again, nothing you don't know, but what is stirring in your mind as you're hearing those stats and you see what you see? Anything popping into your mind on what you can do more of, different? And I'm talking October. I don't care about November, December. This is kickoff month to San Francisco. As Vicki said, the first time we're all going to be together in the sisterhood of Jafra again is San Francisco. And the income that comes from this trip for you and your consultants, because it's growing teams. All right, so I'm going to be quiet. What's popping to mind if you just listen to that segment? Go ahead, Sandra.
Well, man, this business of what you might want to know, there's a couple things, but just this list of things is something amazing to share with people. And that's something I'd like to get on today to start doing. But then this information you had about, I love this, what's your plan B? What are you going to do to bring in income? Because people don't have it. And if they don't have it, they realize they need to get involved with us, come to the training, start inviting people. I realize I need to have a big party like that where there's a bunch of hostesses. And the fact that I knew that holiday 2020 was going to be e-commerce. I knew that, but it's like, just, these are great ideas for going to my consultants. Let's get together. Let's do it together. Let's all take a product, our favorite product, and share it on our party, and just have fun. So yeah, you're getting me going.
But you keep saying a magic word. Am I sharing enough, right? I just got to get sharing a lot, because a lot are looking for you, right?
Right.
So I love that. So thank you. Anybody else? What's stirring in your mind? What action steps are you hearing? Go ahead, Dia.
Well, I'm always looking for things to post on my consultant group in Facebook. And so instead of putting a bunch of things, I think it might be like little teasers or planting seeds. So every day I can take one of those facts that you gave us and just put that out there, so that because a lot of my consultants do check that. They may not always comment and talk to me, but I know they read it. At least it says they do. So if I just put one little blurb up there about Jafra has double-digit growth this year, has had experienced that in the last few months, then puts them in a positive frame of mind. So just a little bit every day might be a good thing.
Love that. Excellent. Okay, thank you. What else? Anybody else? We'll take another comment. What's this stirring in your mind, or ideas you're gaining from it? Go ahead, Betty.
So I always love the haves and have-nots, but I love this no list, like Sandra had. I just love it. It's really right out there, right in your face, and then the more. So I'm going to use that.
Okay, good. Well,
both again, with my consultants and with customers.
Yeah, I think again, it's like, wow, I know people are looking for us. They really are. They're looking for that substantial part-time income opportunity that they can get in and get going and make money fast right now. And so, again, the kind of thing that's changed is you no longer need much. You just need to have a phone. You can work from home. So again, that's that big trend. So thank you for that. So let me take you to one more next section and we'll come back. Okay. And we'll keep sharing. So bear with me here. So when it comes to driving activity, you are in charge of your paycheck. Okay. So what drives your activity? It's one, do you have a personal goal every week for sales? Do you have a sponsoring goal? If you look at San Francisco, it's $500 weeks for consultants and sponsoring a new QNC every 2 weeks, if you wanted to break it down over 5 months. So do you have goals for you? And does your team know your goals? You know the regional goals. I have them every month. We do fun giveaways with Green by 19 for the best at each title. So do they know your goals? And how do you celebrate when a team achieves their goal? So then, do you know their dreams? And do you have established expectations? Do you have recognition that drives them? So there's VIP, there's 1,000 for free shipping, but what do you have for weekly drawings or celebration? Best in sales this week was. How do you drive that so they know your goals, they know your team goals, and you know theirs? Setting monthly goals and tracking their progress is weekly. Do you follow a system? That also drives activities. Do you use the Jafra business tools? That drives activity and always recognition. So everything in this business as a leader, when we get to hit reset in a new quarter, in our best income quarter of 2020, and a trip to boot, it goes back to setting goals. What are your dreams for now, this quarter, a year from now? What are your goals broken down month to month, week to week? And what action steps do you have blocked in your calendar? This is Leadership 101. I know I'm teaching basic, but it's always great in the best season to take a deep breath and go back to goal setting and find out the goals of your consultants. Maybe they've never sold, they said they didn't want to, but we don't know, the world has changed. So again, go back to my goals, find out their goals, and you're always setting team goals. So if you do team goals, put it in the chat box and share how you share your team goals. What do you do for weekly recognition? And how do you celebrate with your team when your team achieves the goals? The key is right now, we don't know who is willing to work. Maybe you do, maybe you've called them all, but it's not an announcement, it's an invitation. A personal 1-minute call that says, you know what? I'm getting ready to have my heart in San Francisco and I want to invite you to go. Are you willing to work 10 hours a week? Could you use an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month? If we could show you the tools to do it, and we've got the training and I've got coaching time planned, would you be willing to work? Or who do you know who's looking for work? So it's inviting them. Again, you already have the San Francisco tracker. It's in your email. I made it. You can make your own. You guys are 10 times better than me, but I just made something because we know that works. Having a countdown. It boils down to $500 retail weeks. We know the best way to do that is hostesses. And of course, they can have reorder days, but having multi-hostesses, like we heard about, having that $46,000 district party with 87 hostesses. That's what we're talking about. Finding all platforms and different types. Maybe this week, your San Fran clan tries a text party. Maybe next week you try a WhatsApp party, but trying different types of parties and platforms. Because again, I always say, if you're gonna invite people to go to San Fran, earn it like a consultant first. You can't tell someone to do what you don't do. So if you literally want to earn the trip and attract somebody to earn the trip, do the same work as a consultant. Get yourself moving towards that $500 a week and at least a new QNC every 2 weeks. But I'm going to be honest, I'd onboard 10 people. That would be my top priority, and work with them to become VIPs. Welcome to Jafra. No one in our team leaves welcome to Jafra gifts on the table. We're going to find your way to earn it all, because then you're in the club. So you all have your individual letters. If you have managers under you, the key is, do you know their numbers? And how are you working together? So again, this is really, really key to reach out, know who's working. Last week, we had over 90 people on our regional meeting, almost 100. Most of them were consultants, and they all did the poll and want to go to San Fran. So they're waiting for you. When they see a trip, and if you don't invite them, they think, oh, she thinks I don't want this, or it must be too hard for me. So don't assume, just invite. Who do you know in these times of economic opportunity for people? This trip gives us exactly the activities that can achieve that type of income that people are looking for. So again, did you invite? And showing people the 2 ways to income. I love this flyer. I love this slide. Be a leader convicted this quarter to never go less than 2 QNCs. You should earn every single sponsoring gift we have. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. Give it away in your team recognition.
What?
Right? Oh, Debbie, can you mute, please? Thank you. So,
Sorry.
that's okay, hon. So again, how often are we really telling this to our teams? Saying, who do you know? Are you ready to earn commission in more ways than just one way? Because we want to take you to San Fran. So picture, I'm sitting at a boardroom today. Who are the 10 that you could inspire to earn this trip, to go with you? It's not about you earning a trip when you're a leader. It's about who goes on a trip with you. So again, leadership is not a title. Your title affects your compensation. Your leadership is defined by your attitudes and the activities you do in your daily calendar. Sponsoring and advancing leaders are activities of habit, not destinations. You don't get somewhere. You instigate promoting branches by inviting people to go to San Fran. This is double dip time. You have responsibilities to coach, train, and recognize, but you are not responsible for them. It's just the services you provide to them. Be committed to the outcome, not attached to it. So as we look at our habits,
We're just reinforcing.
Gail, can you mute? Hi, Gail. So again, look at your calendar. You want to put the big rocks first in this busy season to maximize e-commerce parties and promoting teams. Without a designated schedule, you simply will forget to do the most important things, which is parties, coaching your team, again, looking for leaders. All those behaviors, creating VIPs are top priority, keeping your team actively ordering every 4 months. But if we don't put it into our schedule, then our behaviors, again, go to the little rocks, the pebbles that don't grow your business. Habits are 80% of our behaviors. So this is a great season to kick into those habits. Remember, as a leader, we sell, we sponsor, and we develop others to do the same. When you look at the biggest gap, Linda Ellsworth said this to us on our action planning webinar 2 weeks ago, that the biggest failure in leadership is the failure to launch successful new consultants. So imagine starting new. I love this article from Dana and Neil. As leaders in direct sales, we welcome many new team members, or we should be. I hate to should, but great leaders need a strong system for onboarding new team members. Without a system to orientate new people, there's a remarkable pattern of failure. It becomes a habit. Like many of you, self-starters complain that they wish they had more help at the beginning. These systems are from the simplest to the most complex. So when you think about your new consultants in this quarter, brainstorm with a couple other leaders, put together a new structure for new consultant success. That is critical. This will make San Francisco work when you start fresh now. Work with other leaders. You don't have to do this alone, but brainstorm and get that structure in place. The most important thing, there is not one system that works, but you need to have consultant orientation within 2 to 3 days of the time they sign up. Better in a small group, could be 30 minutes. Then they can go to the company new consultant orientation for Jaffrey University the first Monday of each month. They only go once. But your orientation is key. Having a launch party in 7, no later than 10 days is critical. They don't know if they want to sell until they have their friends meeting Jaffra. I would never be here if that lady didn't do my welcome party in 2 days from the time I signed up, and I swore I'd never sell, but it never stopped. Many of you are the same. So you want to create a system to know what, so you're serving what a consultant needs, you know what they want to learn, and again, it's got to be a system. Because if they don't have a lot of support, they get off to a bad start, and you just let them go shopping, which they don't even do. A lot of our consultants never go past month number 2. So there's a gap. We work really hard to sponsor, but think if we could really get them off to a great start. Don't make it optional. Great, this is how you get started. I'm so excited. Welcome, every consultant becomes a VIP. We have so many great gifts for sponsoring and selling, and we're not leaving one on the table. That's what expectations are. Here's a little formula called ACE from Dana and Neil. They need assurance, A, because they're fearful. What have I gotten into? Their husband's already like, are you kidding me? What are you doing with all these products? They got their packs. They're like, what the heck? They have the pack so they can make $1,600 fast at a launch party where you're going to book 2 parties. You're going to sponsor their first friend or 2, and they're going to have at least $400 in sales to pay for the pack they just bought. So setting clear goals. So you fill that gap. The reason they don't get off to a great start, we gave them too much time to not get going. So again, we need to assure them they're going to be successful by our words. Number 2 is clear direction. They need the next steps to begin their journey. It's important to keep the direction in bite-sized pieces. So that's why you have new consultant groups every single week, at least their first 4 weeks, for about 15 to 30 minutes. Every week, same time, same place for new consultants. There's orientation, and then there's that new consultant quick start. So you're with them every week to answer questions, to help each other. So again, we see that using an exercise, top leaders discover the important direction that a new person needs. So if you were to share it, what are the best ways you could see sharing these products? Listening to them. List activities that you want team members to do, like a checklist. If you go into our units for Smart Start, we have new consultant orientation. Go into sponsoring. There's a checklist that Dana and Neil have. We've posted all of them. They're awesome. But again, the key is you have to help them know the top 3 activities that are going to get them off to a strong start. Teach them to prioritize and do an income producing calendar, just like Jaffra gives them. Teaching them green is money-making time. There's administration time, right? So again, and there's training time. So teaching them calendar management is critical because they've never owned a business before. So there's certain things new consultants must know. They need to know how to go into the units and find their own resources. Use that back office and welcome to Jaffra reports, VIP reports. So assurance, clear direction, and E, expectations. They need to know their working expectations. If you don't have any, they don't have any results thereafter. So be clear what they can expect from you and what you expect from them. Simple expectations. We have a WhatsApp group. That's where you can ask questions, attending training meetings, returning calls, taking time to write ideas. So we go to meetings together and then we stay on and we network. Or we have parties every Saturday. Systems don't have to be by yourself. Work with other leaders, partner with other people, have fun. That's the key to new consultants. So let me come back and we're just going to pause on this thought. How many of you have a new consultant structured system? Or what are some of the pieces you do? And let's just hear any shares.
So I haven't had very many new new ones, but I did work with the new one I have. She's in her 4th month of Welcome to Jaffra, and she's earning Welcome to Jaffra. So I see the difference. Having that program, so she was the first one I sponsored since we had that program, and I laid it out for her. And I have kept in contact with her. She is now a VIP. She was a VIP on the quarter, so she got the bag. Well, she will get the bag. She's a 1 month, 1 order a month person. I'm trying to break her of that. So she will get her bag, and she's understands the 400, and she's so that is such a valuable program. And but I got to stay in contact with her, and it's that contact. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
excellent. Okay,
it's
good.
genius.
Great, thank you. Marcia, what's going on? What do you do for new consultants, or what are you thinking of doing?
Well, I love how you say it and how you talk about expectations and so forth. But I still struggle with them feeling like they're overwhelmed with more than they really wanted. You know, trying to tell them or explain things, how things work and everything. And them kind of going like, whoa. And then sometimes I don't hear from them again.
Okay,
Now, that's not all of them, but I feel like they feel overwhelmed, and that's not what they were expecting when they were signing up so much.
so that is the gap. There is what you say while you're sponsoring. So
Right.
remember, there's 4 questions that people want to know when they start a business or when they're looking at a business. They want to know, how much time does it take, and how do I weave this into my lifestyle? They want to know how much money they can make, right? And they want to know how much it costs to get started, but how you get started. Here's what we have for you for support. There's weekly training. There's weekly coaching time. You want to have a place where new consultants meet every single week, same time. How many of you do weekly coaching to new consultants? And it's kind of mandatory. Wanda does. Excellent. Okay. It can't be a one-timer. It can't be, because so if I know when I'm starting, this is what you do when you're new, right? We have your launch party on Saturday. We have within 7 days, your orientation is Tuesday, Thursday, and every Wednesday we meet at lunchtime for 30 quick minutes to answer questions, help you shop. That's the bite-sized chews, right? Those little bite pieces. If you don't do that, trust me, it is overwhelming. You'll do a 2-hour orientation and they quit at hello. Right? So that's
Well,
where
I
that
don't mean,
checklist,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're not responsible for their outcome, right? But you are responsible to serve them, to help people start a business. It's a business, right? So getting them off to a strong start is more important than anything, right? So it's true,
Okay.
they can ghost you, right? But how many of you do a launch party for every new consultant, no option? How many of you had a party when you started your business? Okay. I will tell
No.
you again, this is a huge opportunity, and don't make it an option. This is how you get started when you start your business. I'm so excited because we have 2 packs. I have a goal. I work with you to help you make $1,600 fast cash. Talk about what they need, right? So your goal is to commit to that. So how many of you are having some aha moments about your new consultant system? You guys are super not fun today. Come on, let's have some fun. Come on. No, I'm kidding. No, but think about it. This is so important, right?
Yeah.
The key is, first of all, you got to have new consultants. So if you're not having 2 new consultants a month, why not? Because that's what a leader does. Sorry, that's Jan and Frank Day from day one I ever heard from them, right? So one, become that, because you'll never have anybody sponsor if you don't, by the way, consistently. So,
And Jackie,
go ahead, Sandra.
So true.
I feel like when Marcia was saying that, yeah, sometimes I do. I overwhelm them. But I feel like when you told us about the bite-sized 15 to 30-minute weekly meetings,
Mhm.
then that keeps us from telling them everything all at once. So if we can make our system so that we know what we're going to do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and keep it going, keep them involved like that, then I feel like that will help with that overwhelming business, that when we just start spitting everything out all at once and they're like,
Bingo. That's why for 30 days you break it down week to week, right?
Okay.
So go into units. There's all sorts of tools in there on how to do that, but it's keeping them really, what is your goal for the week? Managing the calendar, write their list, make the calls, write their script, right? So based on their income needs. So again, it goes back to that orientation and then having a place to gather that group together. They're all new. And even if they're renewed, the reason I'm saying this right now, if you have consultants who need to make money, pretend they're brand new and do a launch party for them. It's a remodel business, right? Start fresh with them. Do a kickoff party. They're back to business. They're super excited. They have new goals. So any renewed consultant, this matters right now too. Working with them weekly, right? So new or renewed is the same. So, and again, setting goals for a launch party. Our goal is to have, a $600 party, 2 bookings, and at least 1, if not 2, new consultants to your team. We earn every gift. That's what my job is, to help you earn everything on the table. That's the truth. If you say that, first of all, I'd like you as my leader. Not, oh, well, if you want it, it's here, right? So that leadership commitment is your brand. Right? So, and then a structured system. Go ahead, Carol.
My biggest issue is that I've got consultants that have all different types of schedules, and I cannot do 3 different coaching things with 3 different groups, and they cannot all do the same time, and I don't have the time to do, well, these 2 people can do this time and these 2 people can do this. I know what most of their schedules are, and they're all over the place. And
But you
some
have
of them
3
don't even
leaders
know.
in your district. So maybe one does the morning and one does the night. So that's what we used to do. We used to share. So I would always do a
Yeah,
morning
but
one, somebody else would do a night, and record it.
they're working 2 jobs.
I
They're
get it.
working at night and
Carol, it's
daytime.
an age-old
So
issue. There's never a perfect time. I have leaders who never can come to a leader meeting, but you record it, right? So it'll always be there. The key is you got to have a structure you stick to. And if they can, that's why lunch break sometimes helps. You're never going to find the right time. Never. What you do is
yeah,
either partner with another leader or someone else who maybe has one, but it's a different time, because you can't do 3. I agree completely. Don't put yourself in that
I'd be
basket.
glad to do that with leaders in our whole region. But the other thing is that I talk about launch parties. I have actually set up a date and time with one of them, and then she said, "Oh, I decided I don't want to do it." And I talk about that when they're joining, that we're going to set up your launch party, and most of them don't want to do that. I don't know how
Then keep sponsoring.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
we can't say those words or take it. Remember that slide. It's about actions and attitudes. You provide this to help them get off to a great start. I'm not responsible for if they don't, but I'm going to be that money manager, that coach that makes sure they get off to the best start. And I'm so excited for you to begin. Once you begin, you're going to get off to the greatest start, because you know what? If they're willing to work for $1,600 fast cash, they'll show up. Here's the key. We got to show them that this is what we do at your launch party. We're going to work with the skincare pack, and we're going to work with this fragrance pack. That's a shift your words, stay there. I'm not going to worry about who doesn't, but I'm going to give 1,000,000% to those who do show up. That's attitudes and actions, right? So no, it's true. I get all those things, but it doesn't mean you don't do things because of those kind of people, right? So I love that. So great conversations. So let me take you back to just again, as we look at goals as a leader, do you have strong personal goals? Today is really just for you, getting ready for Q4, getting ready for a trip. You all deserve to be on that trip. But think of the purpose of a trip is to grow leaders, to grow consultants, and to move up and to make more. So again, What do you do with as a leader? You have selling goals, sponsoring goals, and developing goals. Working with VIPs, working with consultants and developing them from new to VIP. With your consultants, having a new consultant notebook. Find out, get to know her and what is her why. Keep that why in front of her. If it's to pay for a car, great, have her go to the dealership and take a picture of that car. And that's what you really stay focused on. Showing her that training, that new consultant orientation each week, working with goals, contact list, their calendar, training on the 3 services and role play, how to buy, book, and begin. Do they know the hostess program? They can't book parties if they don't know the program. And then where do they go for their training? And how do they get trained to know more about the product? If they don't know the product, they won't sell the product or share it. So again, then setting up her goals, what her goals are, how she's going to promote her business, her first launch party, always within the first 7 days, and sponsoring her first 2 new consultants. So she's on her way to 11%. That's your commitment as her leader. Help her make money 2 ways. Again, these packs, critical, they only get it once in their lifetime. Don't be afraid to ask people to invest in packs that can make them $1,600. And they pair up their contact list, who's coming to their party, by who would buy these products. That's our key. We're even telling them more and more in the action brochure, who loves fragrances, how to sell them. That's the commitment you have. You are a committed coach to every consultant. They will follow you when you're that clear in expectations. I'm not telling them what to do. I'm coaching them to make 2 ways to income. And they can start with their first, but there's more with 4 when they grow a team. Because imagine $22 on each of these packs you buy. So let's start at that 11% bank instantly. Then again, what else? We want to know our goals. We also want to know our consultants' goals, right? So again, the 3rd category of consultants is VIPs. Knowing the VIPs, how do they plan to stay in the club? How could they plan to get in the club? Talking about relaunching, have some testimonies from your VIP consultants right now. Ask them to do a 1-minute video, and you could share it on Facebook. You could share it on WhatsApp. Have them talk about why they love being in the club and how do they become a VIP. So showing and launching again what a VIP shopper. That's what a consultant is. That's your lowest expectation of your consultants in the brand new attitude. They sell 200, we're going to find their way, and they can shop and get $200 in free product. How? They just use their profit for the other 200. They make 100, they spend 100. So showing them and relaunching VIP. For those that want to build income, again, you've invited them. A quick 1-minute call. You can do 60 calls in an hour. 1 minute, just say I'm calling for 1 minute. I've got to check in on each of my consultants. As your manager, I'm here to help you. You own your own business. I want to see if this is a time for you to have more money, more opportunity. Whether you've ever done the business or not, this is a season when people are shopping. You can relaunch this business and I'm going to support you. So setting up their weekly goals. San Fran is $500 weeks. So we want to start celebrating. At university, we trained to $400 weeks. So we want to have weekly recognition, not just monthly. But if you look at all the categories, there's $400, of course, for recognition, $1,000 with shipping. We trained to $1,600 at university, and San Fran is $2,000 a month. So think that all of your training and your party training is wrapped around doing 4 parties a month. Then setting those sponsoring goals and helping them. And who do they know? Who knows people who they might know? Let's come up with names and let's look at our prospecting activities. Are we recognizing 64 contacts and doing it with them? How many guests we have at a joy meeting? And then we review that training and coaching, right? Again, how do you train and coach? They shadow you, they go to training, they have weekly coaching groups. San Fran's a separate group than a new or renewed consultant. Or a future leader would be a San Fran group. It's the same. And then again, just going to those trainings with them. Team goals matter. So you have your goals, you have their goals. People want to be a part of something big. They have a sense of belonging, accountability. Here's Jaffra's success. Here's our branch success. Again, really saying, oh my gosh, our region is blowing up. People are after 2 ways to income. So talking about that, teamwork is so important. At university, we train managers to have a $5,000 a month minimum, district managers at $8,000 and directors at $10,000. If you're a district manager or a district director, do you have goals or recognition for your leaders to strive to, for sponsoring, for sales? Do you have party recognition? Those who have 5 on their calendar, remember the old days? Success scheduler, mini success scheduler, get back to it. And then celebrate each and every party, no matter how big or small it is. It doesn't matter, it's the right activity. There's results and activity recognition. And again, having rewards and celebrating. Doing things when you catch them and going live on Facebook to say their name, see their name. And again, talking about our team goal to grow to 25 consultants this month. Who do you know that? Many of you do the green by 19. Keep going with it. That's a model to help prevent the month ending. And again, how do you celebrate when you do it? Do you ring the bell like Judith? Do you just do monthly? What if you did it a little different? Again, how do you welcome a new consultant? Do you have a welcome to our team video like we have in the region? You could have your own. There's regional and there's branch manager. Do you do VIP congratulation 1-minute video when they get there? And then again, bragging about them on your Facebook group or WhatsApp. Do you do birthday videos, anniversary videos? So they see you. If you're going to say happy birthday on Facebook to people, why don't you send them a little private message with a gift certificate? Say, message me for a free birthday gift. So think, again, I'm just saying on personal page, what are some opportunities to have more recognition, celebrate more people? Because when people are a part of a successful team, they want to invite people to the team. When they are feeling recognized and rewarded and they're making money, they will invite people. Consultants that don't start making money fast are out of here as fast as they came in. That's why they don't show up. We have to be bold about making money. Teamwork is that key. Together, everyone always achieves more. So again, it's going to be more fun. Your business grows faster. You have a strong community of men and women, and you learn together. Team goals are so key. Know your team members' goals, follow up with theirs. Be interested in knowing their why. Establish expectations like we've talked about today, and make sure you've got strong rewards and recognition weekly and monthly. It's got, again, following a system. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. To create duplication, you need to keep the same recipe. $400 weeks, $400 months, 2 QNCs, right? So again, that is the key, is that system stays the same. Using reports to track and celebrate, teaching them to run their own reports in Jaffra Business is key. So we follow that system. Every week training, coaching, and expectations is how to have $400 weeks or how to have $400 in orders, whether it's parties or reorders or new clients. Again, that's what our job is, to show them how to make money. Saving is easy. That's a no-risk business. But let's show people in Q4, when the world is saying it's going to be the biggest e-commerce income ever for this year's holiday. It's history making. Invite people to make their own history. The sooner they make money, the more excited they're going to be, and the longer they will stay with you. Why is promoting leaders smart? Leaders are loyal. They stay. Remember to ensure they're at Jaffra University. You're always teaching them, we now call them the 5 Bs, that they know our products. You take them through a booklet. They know the hostess program, and they know the business opportunity. When they know it, they will show it. Use your tools. They're amazing. The Jaffra sponsoring video is amazing. That's easy for a new consultant or a future San Fran planner. The opportunity brochure, taking them through how to actually talk to people, listen to people when they're trying to sponsor, not just getting a kit order. So going through that, making sure you use the Getting Started brochure as your case orientation, but you can break it down into 4 weeks, just like Sandra said, and showing them the leadership program where the money is on the table, because that's your job as their coach. Remember, leaders sponsor 2 every month and develop 2 to do the same. Always working with 1 to 2 people so they can have their 2 ways to income. The intention of a trip for you is to grow leaders, to bring in 5 consultants who each bring in at least 1, but there's more with 4. The key is being consistent. Take a new start in Q4 when the market is looking for you. Again, sponsor early, because if 10 consultants again all join this month and they are welcome to Jafra to VIP achievers, fill that gap. 89%
The
are
risk.
welcome. Debbie Yingling, can you mute, please?
I thought I was, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So 89% of new consultants aren't VIPs. We can turn that gap. It's the structure and the system. If you have 10, that's $4,000 a month for the next 4 months minimum from your 10 new sponsors. That is key. That will help you grow vertically and horizontally. Recognition, again, so key. Why do you have these coaching groups? You do reports. You have activities that you now can recognize. So what you recognize is what people repeat as a leader. Recognize those small ones just like the big ones. This is team spirit, a culture of fun, celebration, recognition. So you have 2 great tools. You have the 64 conversations, talking to 3 a day. How many of your leaders are doing that? How many of you have that goal to invite at least 3 a day? And begin at the top to build and begin a business. If not, okay, to book and get free. And if not, great, let me help you with the box or to take your order and buy. Don't go up the stairs starting at a client and then try to turn them into a consultant. Start at the best. The best is what we have is 50% and 11%. Again, using weekly sheets. These are your 2 tools when you're coaching, weekly with your group and your monthly planning with your team. Managers, consultants, and yourself. This tracks their business. They would know they've got a plan for marketing here. They know what their average reorders are each week. They know how many appointments they have booked. This shows them the key IPAs, income producing activities. So again, this is duplication. Because again, this anniversary kicks off in October. It's only the 19th. You still have the rest of the month to set your goals, to reach each consultant. Do they know what VIP is? If you could show them how to share $200 retail by turning their website on and looking at some Facebook social media tips or texts, however they want to use them, would they like having $200 to just go spend, or having money to go spend on their own personal holiday shopping? That's how you have a debt-free holiday. So they're VIP shopping and teaching. Don't leave that necklace on the table. It starts in October. If they don't do 400, they're out for that stunning necklace and they will not have the 4 pieces of accessories. That's why sponsoring 10 this month is key, because they have the opportunity to get the necklace. So really, really, really important. Using those reports, we're going to do an actual training for all the consultants in November as well, how to use these reports. But make them own a business, right? So when you think outside that box, and we're going to come back and just end with this brainstorming, sponsoring in October 2 to 5 yourself personally, inviting them to join with a friend, because it's always more fun, just like you, to do your meetings with a friend, to do parties with a friend. So who is the first they're going to join with? And then there's more at 4. So your indirects, the recipe is 3 to 5 a month. That's what we train to. That's what we pay you well for with your quarterly bonus. That again is do a relaunch of your VIP kickoff. What could that look like? And how do I call my consultants who are pre-inactive, the Ps, and inactive? If you have leaders, work with them on those reports, write some scripts, brainstorm, and do a phone-a-thon. And you could do drawings from everyone who gets their order in 2 days. Start creating a surgence of consultants ordering in the next few days. That will avoid your month-end hassle. So I'm going to come back to the audience. We can share and brainstorm for the last 15 minutes we have of this meeting, but I want to just do a couple of reminders. Natalie Goucher, you maybe have already gotten this. She sent a survey to everyone who attended our live event. Please fill it out and you can register. You can even have your team use that link and get registered. So please get registered. We will sell out and we're going to open it up to more of the Hispanic market next month. So 1,000 seats will go away. They will be packed. So please fill out that survey for Natalie. It'll be coming in your email if you didn't get it, and get registered. So the 5th and the 3rd. I did a video contest for a reason. How are we talking about the opportunity? Do this with your team. I challenge you. I want to have some fun. I want to see some great videos. I know Delanne out there. Oh my gosh, Daryl Lee, you guys are rock star. Wileen, you guys are doing amazing videos, but have fun. Do some video contests with your team on how would we talk about the opportunity. They've got Jafra's video, but have some fun. I did this because I want you all to have some fun. I'm not the one out there sponsoring, but I wanted to give you some language and some examples. So challenge your team to really talk about the opportunity and send in a video. This is a time to have fun. Hashtags are key. That's another fun thing that you see. So I've got this in the slides, really cool words, things you can do with hashtags. Name your days for social media. Every single day, maybe there's a focus so people get used to what you're doing. Makeup Monday, Toiletries Tuesday, Skin Wins Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, which is where they get to know more, all the more part of Jafra, from our hostess program to whatever. Maybe it's just they come in and anything they want to quench their thirst with to learn, it's Thirsty Thursday, and they can ask the expert anything. Fragrance Friday, Savings Saturday, Sunday Fun Day. Go back and start having some fun. Name your days, name your parties. Again, this was just reposted in our virtual business hub. This is the FAQs for raffles, lotteries, and contests. Remember, it's illegal if you have a prize awarded and you do random drawings. So what you want to, because if it's a winner is determined by chance, what you want to do is maybe when you do the points, you get 5 points for booking, you get 10 points for buying, you get 15 points for taking a money packet. The person with the most points gets a prize. That's not chance, right? So again, the participants pay or give something in exchange, right? So you don't want to bribe, basically. So what we do is when you do, you get, like when I flipped the early bird, I used to do green by 19 by the random.org. I don't do that anymore. Now I do everyone who's at the highest by title gets a prize. Costs me more time and money, but it's not a lottery. It's the person at a manager with the most number of orders above her goal. It's the district manager. It's the most sponsoring in the consultant category by the 19th. So I'm not going to read this. It's in your virtual hub, but just again, it gives you some suggested guidelines as we do more and more e-commerce. So I'm going to come back. Again, we're almost at the end of our 90-minute leader time, but I wanted to just come back and see, what did you gain from today? What were some aha moments? And I want different voices. All right, so let's hear if you haven't spoken yet. What were some of your aha moments for today, or how did this help you a little bit? And then we're going to share. But just curious if any of this helped you.
I like the fact that I need to set up a special Zoom time for new consultants. I think it's very helpful when they see other new consultants and they get that friendly competition going and they feel they're not in it all alone. So I really resonated on that one. Thank you.
Excellent. No, it's so true. Think of them coming together like we do. This is team spirit, right? So, and you can do fun little background pictures. You could put that in your virtual background of them. You can just have some fun, right? But I love what Sally said, bringing them together. They don't feel so alone, and you don't have to feel like they're a manager, right? Managing people is not fun. Teamwork is what makes dreams work, right? That's where it's fun. So you can hear another consultant who did her launch party and was very successful. So I love that. Thank you. What else? How else did this help you today? Go ahead, Michelle. Thank you.
I just I've been doing team recognition monthly, but I actually like the weekly idea instead because I think that's going to drive them more consistently.
It's focusing on actions and activities, not just the results. Then it's too late. You can't influence it. It's already over, right? So I love that. And even friendly competition, right? Number 1 of the week, number 2. So that starts to happen when you have that weekly recognition. I love that. We used to always have, I don't know if y'all remember this, but even when I was in the field, we had regional reports that were due every week. And there was weekly recognition newsletters by the regional in the mail. Oh my God, if I had to do that, I'd cry. So they had secretaries, but at the end of the day, again, that worked. So it kept people engaged and connected. We had to use conference calls. We didn't have Zoom, but that's what we did, right? So I love that. Thank you. One more takeaway. What helped you today? Anybody else want to share that hasn't shared something yet?
So I couldn't rate. Oh, sorry. Someone else is talking, right?
Go ahead, Mary.
Okay, so I couldn't raise. I was trying to raise my hand because I wanted to say something a couple of the other times, but I love that I could multitask in my business. I'm currently making some food for my children as they are doing virtually school. But I did learn a lot listening to this video, and I was really encouraged by the fact that I can actually do weekly meetings with my new consultants. I didn't think about that. I didn't think of the fact of helping them launch their first party. So that is something that I'm running with. And as soon as I'm done here, I'm actually gonna get in touch with my new sponsor and say, hey, girl, let's do a party. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I was really encouraged by that. So thank you very much. That really helped me.
Love it. So glad you're here. Thank you. All right, Wendy, go for it.
You're welcome.
Well, I was just going to say that I like the video challenge, the video contest challenge, to get consultants involved in doing live videos, trying to text it out to some of their clients and to text it to me, and just to get them on board with that in a small way. Start it always so you can see, hey, I can do it.
Exactly. That confidence, especially in an e-commerce selling world, we're the ones who push them to try something new, just like we did, right? So I love that. Create your challenges, have some fun, even if they're just telling their story about what they're excited about being in the business during the biggest season ever of e-commerce in history. And I invite you to take a look and do it with me, right? It's always more fun with friends. So love that. That's awesome. So I want to open up the mics. Anybody can share. We talked a lot about QNCs, VIPs, San Francisco, inviting people to 2 ways for income during this incredible e-commerce time. So what other systems or structures do you have in place? How do you really create more VIPs? How do you keep your consultants active? How do you find new leaders? Anybody, just toss out if there's a structure or a system that you have that you're working with or you're going to work on in your mind that you know you got from today in your thoughts. Anybody want to share? Go ahead, Betty. Thank you.
So I know it sometimes is frustrating, but we do have to remind people about VIP, and we have to tell them when they're close. I mean, I've got one of my very first consultants from a year ago, December, and she just didn't know how close she was. And so I just had to tell her, look, $50 more and you're at 400. So we just the way it is. We have to remind them. We have to tell them how close they are. It's just the way it is.
And,
so go ahead.
I was going to say, along with that, Betty, we have to take the focus off of us when we do that and put it on them. I had a consultant who placed a $395 order. And I went, oh my gosh. So I called her. Actually, I texted her first and I said, did you know that you're only $5 away from, whatever? And she said, you mean if I just placed a $5 order now, it'd be, and I said, yes. So,
Right.
you know what, it's good for them to know that, because they're not focusing in on that. They're not, so it's not getting on them and harping on them about it. It's reminding them and telling them, look what you could get with just $5.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to help them. We just have to help them and say, order a deodorant, just one more thing. Think of a gift, just one more thing, and you will get this. You'll have 1 month of qualification. We just do have to help them. We just do.
Yeah, and I think you're saying something so key. Have VIP time every week in your calendar to look at reports, to show them where the reports are. Don't just give them a fish, teach them to fish, right? So are we showing them the VIP reports? You can do a quick little video, right? On Zoom, record it and just send it to your consultants. And have a testimony. Maybe have a consultant join you on Zoom, do a recording or on YouTube, and literally have your VIPs all show up and do a little recording. How fun is that? Just say, I'm doing VIP recognition. I want to make a video. Come join us, right? And you can spam it to your whole team, right? So capture them on camera. Why do you, Sylvia, love to be a VIP? Great. And how do you sell $400 a month? Start talking sell versus buy. Okay. Buy is the perk, but selling changes people and gives them opportunity and hope right now. So, and what they need. So again, think of that. I love that. And at every training, how to be a VIP, how to earn welcome to Jafra, how to have $400 parties, how to have, right? So find out who's doing parties and have them come in and do a testimony, how they did it before, during, and after, or use the regional. We've had regional party training since spring, every single second Wednesday of the month. So they're all in your units. Have them go watch, have them go into the party unit. There's a ton of cool things in there to help them have successful parties, but train on the hostess program. I think that's one thing they don't know, the program. That's a really key. So I love that VIP approach. I saw Carol does, the video now. You all have the VIP video. That's huge. I know she does Dial My Calls, which is a phone tree or a text tree service. So just being in touch with your team, knowing how, again, you can update your records, make sure you have their anniversary. For Jafra, you've got their birthday. Do they need any shopping help to get their fall regimens in place in their home, and any giftables? Have that, take a look at the book at least once a month, so all consultants and clients can come look at the sales and the offers. So again, just think about that structure. Is my calendar reflective of helping people grow their team? So you've got a joy meeting, but you might want your own show me the money. So this is a season of show me the money. You can use the recording. I just model it. I'm not here to be their trainer. But again, showing the money, having places to invite guests for a party or the opportunity or both, having launch parties, looking at what days of the week do I serve my I's, my A's, my P's, my VIPs and QNCs and San Fran clan. Those are the people we serve. They're different needs. So, but if you put it in that calendar, the big rocks are always there. And that creates behaviors and habits that grow your team. Okay, so you are right on. It's not bad to say, listen, you're leaving this on the table. I can't let you leave this on the table. How can I help you? You're not leaving this on the table. So again, it's of service, not responsibility, right? Your responsibility is to serve them, but you're not responsible for what they do or don't do, right? So don't wear that. So go out and just keep building more consultants. The responsibility is more consultants, right? So not like, and I love how Wendy said it, I don't want to be rude and push and prod them to buy more. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to celebrate them, right? So love that. What else with VIPs, QNCs? Anybody else have ideas or things they do to really grow QNCs, VIPs? anything we keep your consultants active?
We in our district, we recognize them very highly, the VIP consultants, and also in our WhatsApp group, we also put them there, you know, and how close they are. And as soon as they become VIPs, we put it in the WhatsApp, you know, with our congratulations and recognition. And I'm doing something different in our district with the recognition to the VIPs, specifically for VIPs as soon as they become, because if they're doing the business, they're going to need that tool. And that's what we're doing for recognition as a district manager.
I love that. And as a district manager, celebrating the number of VIPs in each branch. We focus at university to get to your first 10 VIPs. You know, really, really important. So if you're doing team meetings, you could do a monthly team reco video, right? And the three of you or the number of managers all just, you know, record a video and you can send that out for recognition. So the key is keeping it in front of them. VIP postcards, VIP texts, VIP calls, right? So team goals, hey, we're up to 10 VIPs. So teamwork is really, really key. And just having places where whatever their goals are, they've got a place to gather as a team like we do, like you do. So, all right, anybody else before we go? Thoughts, ideas, how this helped you today, what you're gonna do different? Who wants to share before they go? It's snowing outside my window right now. Not happy.
No way.
Yes, I'm looking right at these huge flakes. Bye-bye.
Come to San Diego, it's very warm. Very warm.
I
indeed.
know, I know. If I wasn't
Anyway.
a guardian, I certainly would, but oh well. Okay, go for it.
I was just going to say, I'm going to be marking those big boulders on my calendar so that I have them. So it's not like, oh, I meant to do that, you know,
Bingo.
and the week's gone because time is flying.
No, that is
so much.
absolutely, thank you. That was the intention today. This is the busiest quarter of the whole year ever. So we got to get busy, but we need those rocks in. Thank you, Michelle. It's true. If we don't put the big rocks in, everybody fills it up with little pebbles and it's not going to grow you to San Fran, grow your team, grow you to your quarterly bonus, and finish 2020 as you deserve. So you are in control of that, and then just creating places to bring people together. So thank you for being here live today. Appreciate that. I'll send you the slides. You can use what you need, but I think it was just a time to say, whoa, let's get back and get our structure in place for the biggest holiday selling season and sponsoring season ever in our history. So make every hour count, make every single day count. You deserve a Rocktober. And this is all you controlling that calendar. So thank you again for sharing today. We'll see you all, what's tomorrow? District Manager, JVU. And then we've got our joy meeting at 9 a.m. with Betty Green on Thursday. So keep inviting lots of guests and consultants to bring lots of guests. All right, everybody. Thank you again. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.